Did you ever attend a wedding that was a complete disaster? The bride's ex-boyfriend showed up during the ceremony with a paternity test, proving the groom wasn't the father of her unborn child. He was. But that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was when the groom's mother stood up and announced she'd been having an affair with the bride's father for 2 years, making the couple essentially step-siblings. I was there as the DJ, hired for what seemed like a standard church wedding. Sarah and Tom, young couple, pregnant bride, rushed wedding that everyone assumed was because of the baby. The church was packed with about 200 guests, everything decorated in pink and white. The ceremony started normally. Sarah looked beautiful despite being 7 months pregnant. Tom looked nervous but happy. Then, just as the priest asked if anyone objected, the church doors slammed open like a movie scene. Enter Kyle, Sarah's ex, holding papers above his head. "I object. That's my baby she's carrying, and I have proof." The congregation gasped. Tom turned to Sarah, who'd gone pale. Kyle walked down the aisle reading from the paternity test results, dated a week ago. 99.99% probability that Kyle Morrison is the biological father. Tom looked at Sarah. "You said you hadn't seen him in a year." Sarah started crying. "It was just once. When you were at your bachelor party, I was upset. He was there." Tom's bachelor party was 2 months ago. Sarah was 5 months pregnant then. The math wasn't adding up for anyone. The priest looked like he wanted to disappear into his own robes. But then Tom's mother, Patricia, stood up. "Well, if we're sharing secrets, I have one too." Everyone turned. Patricia was usually a quiet, conservative woman. She walked to the front of the church, took the microphone from the confused priest, and announced, "I've been having an affair with Bill, the bride's father, for 2 years. We're in love and planning to leave our spouses after this wedding." Bill, sitting next to his wife, stood up. "Patricia, what are you doing?" "I'm tired of hiding," Patricia declared. "Sarah and Tom's marriage would make us family anyway. Why not be honest?" Sarah's mother screamed. Tom's father sat frozen. The priest tried to regain control, but Patricia wasn't done. She pulled out her phone and started showing photos of her and Bill on various trips together. Sarah grabbed the microphone. "Mom, did you know?" Her mother was sobbing. "I suspected, but not with her." The situation devolved into chaos. Kyle was still standing there with his paternity test. Tom had walked off the altar and was sitting in a pew with his head in his hands. The bride's mother lunged at Patricia, and they had to be separated by groomsmen. Then the flower girl, age 4, announced loudly, "Mommy, is this why you told Daddy not to bring his girlfriend?" The maid of honor, Sarah's sister, went red. Apparently, she was also having marriage problems and had brought her husband's mistress as her +1 to keep an eye on her. The priest finally spoke up. "I think we should postpone this ceremony." But Tom stood up. "No, let's do this. Sarah, do you want to marry me?" Sarah, still crying, nodded. "But the baby, I don't care whose baby it is. Do you want to marry me?" Kyle started protesting about his parental rights. Tom's father finally spoke, addressing his wife. 2 years? 2 years? Patricia responded, "Oh please, like you haven't been sleeping with your secretary. That was 10 years ago." "It was last month. I saw the credit card charges." The best man grabbed the microphone. "While we're all sharing, I should mention I'm in love with Tom, and this whole wedding has been torture." Tom stared at his best friend. Sarah threw her bouquet at him. It hit the priest, who decided he'd had enough and walked out. Without a priest, the wedding couldn't continue. But then Bill stepped forward. "I'm ordained online. I could perform the ceremony." His wife laughed bitterly. "You want to marry off your daughter while announcing you're leaving me?" The grandmother of the bride stood up. "Everyone in this family is insane. I'm going to Denny's." About 30 people left with her. Sarah finally screamed, "Everyone stop! This is my wedding day. Tom and I are leaving. We're going to Vegas. The reception is canceled." She grabbed Tom's hand, and they walked out. I still had to DJ the reception that no bride or groom would attend. About 50 people showed up anyway. The abandoned spouses got drunk together and are now married to each other.